Hello students, welcome back to 38th session on Accounting 1. In this session, we are going to discuss in detail about original cost method of charging depreciation. In last session, we concentrated on what is depreciation, what are the reasons or causes for charging depreciation, and what are the three important methods of charging depreciation. At the end of this session, you will come to know what is original cost method of charging depreciation, how to calculate depreciation under this method, and how to pass entries and prepare account relating to depreciable asset under this method. We know that original cost method is the oldest and simplest method of charging depreciation. Under this method, life of the asset will be estimated and original cost of that asset is written off equally in all the years. In the sense, what exactly is the original cost of asset that will be equally written off as depreciation till the lifetime of asset. So, the amount of depreciation will be equal every year. As a result, the value of asset will be reaches to zero at the end of its purposeful life or at the end of its useful life. The amount is calculated by dividing cost of asset less estimated scrap value by number of years the asset will be used. In the sense, cost of asset minus scrap value will be divided by number of years the asset will be used to arrive at value of depreciation per annum or amount of depreciation per annum. So depreciation is equal to cost of asset minus scrap value divided by lifetime of asset. Here cost of asset is nothing but purchase cost, means what cost we pay to purchase the asset plus any cost associated with transfer of that asset from the place of purchase to place of your work or where you are installing, and what and all cost you will incur to install that asset. Sum of this is nothing but cost of asset. That's a very important thing to be taken care of. What are the features of straight line method, also known as original cost method? So this method, try to understand, under this method equal amount will be charged as depreciation every year. The value of asset reaches to zero at the end of lifetime of this asset, lifetime of its lifetime. Next one, a fixed portion of cost of fixed asset is allocated and charged as periodic depreciation. In this method of depreciation is based on assumption that depreciation occurs due to passage of time. It doesn't depend on actual use of an asset. So, depreciation of asset arises due to passage of time, not because of use of asset. And the useful life and scrap value of asset can be estimated properly. The asset is contributing equally to generate income every year. Cost of repair and maintenance will remain more or less same in every accounting year. So, these are the four important assumptions upon which straight line method of charging depreciation is based. Usually, this method of charging depreciation is applicable to those assets whose working life can be reasonably estimated, which will not require so much repair and renewals, and where the obsolescence rate is very less. For such type of asset, we apply this method of charging depreciation. Example, patents, copyright, trademark, leasehold asset, etc. What are the advantages? This method is very simple to calculate and at the same time to understand. As per this method, the burden of depreciation on profit and loss account remains same every year as value of asset reaches to zero or its scrap value under this method. So, asset is completely written off during its useful lifetime. This method is recognized by Income Tax Act. But there are certain disadvantages associated with this method. Even though depreciation to be charged every year remain constant, repair charges increases as the time passes. That's why the burden on profit and loss account will not remain same. If there is frequent addition to the existing asset, calculation of depreciation will become so difficult under this method. Interest on capital invested on asset is not taken into consideration, so no fund is created to replace old asset with a new asset. This method is not a logical method of charging depreciation because we charge depreciation every year same, but the efficiency of asset reduces over a period of time. So depreciation should also get reduced. But this method is based on the assumption that depreciation arises due to passage of time, not because of usage of asset. But in real sense, usage is very much important. It is because of usage depreciation will be charged. As efficiency get reduces, usage of asset also get reduces as the time passes. But in this method, depreciation will remain unchanged over its useful lifetime. That's why it is not a logical method of charging depreciation. Let me have a problem on calculation of original cost method. You just see the problem. Mr. K purchased machinery on 1/1/2018 for rupees 30,000, spent rupees 3,000 for erection. This should be added to 30,000. Rupees 2,000 for installation. The scrap value is 5,000. He purchased another machine on 1/7/2019. Scrap value is 3,000. Useful lifetime is 10 years. On 1/7/2019, he sold the machinery which was purchased during 2018 for 25,600. So we have to prepare necessary account. See, just look at the note I prepared to calculate depreciation. I bifurcated note into two parts. One for machinery which was purchased on 1/1/2018. The other for which was purchased on 1/7/2019. Cost of the machinery is 35,000. Erection charges added, installation charges added. So less depreciation, it will be with us full year. 35,000 minus scrap value divided by useful lifetime in 6,000. Written down value will become 29,000. Less depreciation. See, this machinery will be sold on 1/7/2019 fully. So it will be with us only for 6 months. So we have to charge 6 month depreciation. We have already calculated 1 year depreciation as 6,000. If it is 6,000 is for 1 year, how much for 6 month means 3,000. So value of machinery on the date of sale is 26,000, but we sold it for 25,600. So we incurred a loss of 400. We just look at the other side, which was purchased on 1/7/2019. It will be with us only for 3 months. Sorry, 6 months. We calculated 1 year depreciation as 2,700. For 6 months, it will be 1,350. Next year, we are charging full year depreciation. We are calculating return down value on 1/1/2021. Look at the account I prepared. Machinery account will be debited when we purchased machinery. Cash account will be credited 35,000. First year depreciation is 6,000. Next year, we have balance of old machinery 29,000. Plus we purchased a new machinery 30,000. We sold the old machinery. When we sell it, cash account should be debited, machinery account should be credited 25,600. Depreciation on sold part is 3,000. Loss on sold part is 400. In case if there is a profit, it should be debited to machinery account, credited to profit and loss account. Then depreciation on new machinery is 1,350. Balance will be 28,650, represent only new machinery. So balance of next year is 28,650. And full year depreciation is 2,700. Balance will be 25,950. Look at depreciation account. It's an expenses account, should be debited, and concerned asset should be credited as in when we charge depreciation. On 31/12/2018 we charged depreciation. On 1/7 next year and 31/12/2019 next year. Twice we charged, once for sold machinery, other for new machinery, and the last year on 31/12/2020 we charged depreciation of 2,700. Every year whatever depreciation we charge, we close by transferring it to profit and loss account. Journal entry was profit and loss account debtor to depreciation account. That's all, student. We will see what is return down value method, how to charge depreciation under return down value method, and how to prepare accounts particularly in next session. Till that, take care of your health.